Hi, my name is Gina Longclose-Roban. The purpose of this recording is a training for anyone who is interested in purchasing the science or social studies curriculum for their classroom. Ours is purchased by our district. I absolutely love it. I am a kindergarten and first grade math and science teacher, and I also teach social studies to first grade. So that is what I'm going to be doing today, just because it's about Dr. Martin Luther King, who I absolutely love, my favorite person in history. And I actually taught this last week in observance of his day tomorrow that we're going to do. So we are going to look at this and give you a little insight. If you're not able to access this, it just means that you haven't had a subscription. So you do have to have a subscription to gain access to all of this. For my lesson, I generally start out with vocabulary words. They're very simple. Sometimes I do change them up a little bit. For racism, I didn't. It's the incorrect belief that some people are better than others because of their skin color. So if you get a little throat rest, you can actually play the words for them, and it'll give you the definition
when
instead
things
of
are
you
equal,
reading it.
One group of people is not treated better or worse than another. They both get the same things.
Now, with cross-curriculum instruction, they know that word equal. They know that if you have 2 and 2 or 2 equals 2, that's equal. It's the same. So their concept of equal is very defined, I think, in math class. They don't think that way about people. They just think, I like this person, they're my friend. They don't think that they're not the same as them. They do think of them as equal. We are a Leader in Me school, so they're very familiar with this term as well. So we just go over and review it for those who may have forgotten or to just get a new definition on it. There are 2 videos. They generally run about 5 minutes or so. This one is a little long with good reason about Dr. King. It gives a lot of information on him. It gives his background, his parents, where he went to college, just that he was a hero, some different things, different highlights. He had a neighbor friend he wasn't allowed to play with because he was Black. They wanted to be friends. We talk about it a lot in class during this lesson that, if your friend is in the same skin color as you, you wouldn't be allowed to be their friend way back. This was just 60 years ago or so. So it's not something that was that long ago. Just most of them have a great grandparent or a grandparent that may have actually gone through this. So it's history, and for some people it's still current. We have the Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. The kids love this. You can hear a pin drop.
Freedom and justice. I have a dream.
I enjoy the subtitles there. It gives them, they can't read it very well. Some of my students absolutely can. Most of them cannot, but I like it being there for the ones who can. It gives them a little challenge. The videos are clear. They're accessible. I never have to fight firewalls or blocks. Everything on the Scholastic page, I can just have my students watch immediately. One of the activities, I didn't do a design a poster game or activity because we do a door decoration every February to celebrate Black History Month, but we did do a kindness jar instead of the suggestion saying that someone saw someone do something nice and they decided to write about it, which that's definitely allowed. If they wanted to write something like that, I wouldn't tell them no, but I wanted them to be proactive about it. As a Leader in Me school, that's our first habit. They write what they want to do to be proactive in their environment and to be a leader like Dr. King is or was. Something like pick up litter on the playground. If you see someone alone at recess, go up to them, ask them to come and play with you, things like that, just in their own terms. There are tons of printables, a hero story reading checkpoint. We use our Scholastic News to answer that. It's just an addition. We do take these for a grade as kindergarten, first grade. We don't have a whole bunch of grades, but we do have things that do count, and it's not just something very frivolous. It's not just a coloring sheet. They do have to comprehend some things. This one is Precious, timelines, something that we work with constantly, cross-curriculum instruction being implemented here with our calendar as we do a calendar math every day, teaching them how to read what's that holiday. Wednesday, January 1st, 2020 was New Year's Day. It was that Wednesday. Like, that's something that they can do. We also add birthdays onto our calendar so that they can read it. It shows all of our academic standards, social studies focus, of course, lesson plans, all of the printables, all January printables, which go down to Life in 100 Years as we're about to celebrate the 100th day of school next week, Frozen City, and penguins, and they don't need boots. Why don't they need boots? We'll find out in that issue. Teacher's Guide, Answer Key, everything's there. And we also have our Listen and Read. The students get their very own copy of this to go through on their own as I read it to them. All the way in the back is a graded assignment. I cold read this Martin's famous speech to them. Our words in bold are important. It even gives us our standard that we're trying to reach in yellow at the top. What is a headline? That's a great cross-curriculum implementing our ELA focus that we have. At the bottom, it helps them to infer meaning in the bonus. Was it snowing? What can you tell from this photo? Was it snowing? Was he inside? Was he outside? It's a great opportunity for them to infer. I read this to them. They follow along with me as I read it. We read the captions. We read the pictures. We just really pick apart the whole issue and figure out what is being taught here. So it's great. The front of it, the links are super easy to use. I've never actually had any problems with the Scholastic website. It's very user-friendly. Even on my phone, as I'm doing it now, it's super easy to use. Just hit the back button, just simple stuff. So it's really great. A hero story, again, referring to him as a hero. So I appreciate that for sure. He's definitely my favorite person in history, and I'm very passionate whenever I get to teach about him. But everything can be found on the main page. You can just simply go back if you need to find something else, or if you need to go to the next issue. That's our science down there. So it's super easy and fun. They stay so enthralled in the lesson, the videos, the worksheets. They enjoy doing it. It's easy enough for them to understand, but hard enough for them to be challenged. And that's what I appreciate about it. So if you have any questions, please comment and let me know. Otherwise, I would definitely recommend Scholastic as a focus on curriculum for the science and social studies elements in our classroom every day. Thank you so much.